All right. G'day, everyone. This is Some Whiskey Bloke, and we've got another Do Your Whiskey day today. For those who don't know or don't remember, I received a Do Your Whiskey kit for my birthday from some very kind people. This is the kit, Do Your Whiskey. Basically, inside it has within it some glass bottles, comes with some nice whiskey stones, and then all these little vials of, you've got wood up here and botanicals down here. Now the idea is that you combine the two, make your own whiskey. So what I did is, let's put that down, I shopped about and I picked myself up some new make spirit from Cooper King Distillery in England. These guys are fantastic, by the way. If you've not managed to get your hands on some of their new make spirit, highly recommend you do. The spirit is outstanding. I can't wait to see what the whiskey is like whenever that comes about. So I got that, and about 2 weeks ago, I transferred that into this bottle here. I put into it some Vanilla Dream and some dark chocolate. I believe there you've got some American ex-bourbon chips and some European French oak. You can see them just down the bottle there. And in 2 weeks, it's given that color difference. It's absolutely huge. Whether it's treated with E150 or something, I don't know, but it's a fun little way to just, chop and change and try something new and different. So we put that in there for 2 weeks, and then it recommends after 2 weeks to 4 weeks or so, you add some of the botanicals they give you. So we're going to do that today. While we're doing that, we'll just have a look at the difference between the taste of the new make and this amazing creation that I've got here. Now, I think it bears saying I'm not a master blender, I'm not a distiller, I'm not a maturation specialist. I'm some whiskey bloke. I really love whiskey. I love everything about it, the history, the procedure of making and manufacturing, the maturation. Maturation is an area in particular I just absolutely love. So if you're looking for tips on how to mature your own whiskey, don't come to me. Probably go to someone who's done that for years, but it's worth bearing in mind. So I've got a bit of the Cooper King new make in here. It's great. It's got that new make nose behind it. I always think it smells like a little bit metallic, fruity, and floral, kind of like a tinned pineapple or tinned tropical fruit salad that you buy from the supermarket. It's holding that up with that rich malty flavor, like malt biscuits, a little bit of chocolate. It just really flows. I love this new make spirit. I think it's really bang on. The flavor is fantastic too. So then, we'll get a tiny bit of that, not too much. We don't want to drink all of our whiskey just yet. But of course, that, holding that up, you can see the huge colour that's coming there. So that wood's given it a little bit of oak, a touch of spice, and it does have a bit of dark cocoa coming through as well. It's actually taken away that kind of metallic tang that sits on the palate. Now, I really like that. I think it tastes nice and minerally, kind of like iron. It reminds me of childhood. But it's taken that away. It's replaced it with this good base of nice kind of custardy vanilla. The oak is coming through there. The cocoa's there, rich and full, and it's kind of becoming like a fruit and dark chocolate bar. So now, the big thing to think about is what else we put in. Probably could have set all this up better. So we have here, we have some coffee beans, some bird's eye chilies, some chai mix. We've got a bit of orange peel, some cinnamon, and we've also got some cocoa beans. Now, I should point out that this kit comes with a fantastic little guide that is really interesting and walks you through kind of Whiskey 101. The side I'm holding up is the German side. There is, however, an English side for the non-German speakers, such as myself. Nein sprechen Sie Deutsch. Ich spreche Englisch. That was not German. That was a bit of German I picked up from high school, mingled with something else. So, coffee beans, cocoa beans, cinnamon, chai, orange peel, and chili. Now, I did say earlier I'm not a blender, but I like to think that I've picked up a few things in the 10 years that I've been working with whiskey. And in saying that, I think with something like this, what we want to do is we want to add those complementary flavors. So we'll disregard the chai mix for now. We'll probably do that next time. The orange peel stays as a maybe. We'll keep the cinnamon as a maybe. Two I'm really looking at are the cocoa beans and the coffee beans. Now, within this little guide, it does say that as a great tip, what you can do is you can fry these up. You can roast them lightly in a pan. I don't have a pan available, and I only read that about 30 seconds before I started this. So I'm not going to do that. The last thing I've got here is the chilies. Now, I love a curry. I love some chilies, and I think having a bit of that in there will really go down well. So what I'm thinking is we'll try not to break these little glass test tubes. Let's go for half a dozen coffee beans. We'll drop them in. And the one I dropped on the desk. We'll do the same for the cocoa beans. We'll probably get about 3 or 4 because these are quite a lot larger. Those big, lovely cocoa beans. We'll drop them into. And as for the chilies, I'm just going to do 1. Now, bearing in mind that I've just got chili dust all over my fingers, I have to remember to wash my hands before I rub my eyes. So that's going to be fun when I inevitably forget to wash my hands. What we're going to do is we're going to leave that for a day. Just 24 hours, upend it a few times, get it all moving about there. But you can see in the bottom there, you've got everything lined out. You've got the wood chips in there, you've got the cocoa beans, you've got the coffee beans, and that little chili bean as well. That's going to go in for a day. Then we're going to strain it out, we're going to taste it, we're going to see what we've actually made and what hopefully amazing concoction we've got there. But honestly, I think this is a great gift for any whiskey lover. This is not a sponsor, by the way. This was given to me by my partner's family for a birthday, but every single year whiskey drinkers around the world get books and bottles of whiskey, and of course we also get whiskey stones. Now those are great little gifts, but this is something that you can really have fun with. I would highly recommend this Do Your Whisky kit for anyone who knows a whiskey lover and is looking for a gift for them. Get them the Do Your Whisky kit. It's a great idea. I'm having so much fun with it. I've been thinking about this for weeks, ever since I first started it. And yeah, I would say it is more akin to making a gin than it is to making a whiskey, because we're adding botanicals, we're introducing something else. But who cares? It's the fun of it, it's the love of it. The only thing I'd recommend is that you should definitely order some Cooper King New Make. Maybe don't use the Cooper King New Make in it, because I put a whole bottle of Cooper King New Make into this Do Your Whisky thing. And I'm kind of regretting it, because the Cooper King New Make is just absolutely stunning, and I would have much rather drunk it as it was, as opposed to me ruining it. But there we are, the Do Your Whisky. what I'll be doing is I'll be letting that sit for 24 hours, then I'll be straining it. So tomorrow I'll be broadcasting at 6 o'clock again, and we'll see just what I've made, and we'll see, hopefully it's something good. But until then, guys, have a great night. Do your own whiskey. Grab yourself something, and if you could make any one whiskey, if you could chew a whiskey in any type of casks or variety of casks, let me know. Hopefully we can figure out some distiller in the world that is doing that. Any, mix and match of grains and wood, any types of barley that you want to go into it, let us know, and we can try and direct you to someone in the world that is doing that type of whiskey. But it's been awesome to talk to you guys. I'll see you in 24 hours. Until then, enjoy your whiskey.